Hey there, Grumpy Old Fart here. I'm doing a Recon the role-playing game story, Killers Killed by Night. Yeah. This was a one of those one-off stories where one of those one-off games where a friend of mine wanted to run. I'll just get into it. Okay. Years ago, my friend Earl wanted to try his hand at running Recon, and we all knew and liked Earl. He'd been a part of our gaming group forever. He was a great gamer, really good gamer. He knew the game system. He had played under me in several other games for a long time, and so as well as in Recon, so he knew what was going on. He knew how to run games. He didn't have a lot of practice at it, so we wanted to give him as much practice as possible because that's how you get to be a game master. Is you play under another game master, and then you start running games with the game master, so they can. It's good. It's good to become a game master, and he wanted to. So, amen. I always support my players learning to run games. Now, we all made up characters, and the next week we showed up at his house ready to play. We had drawn randomly for rank and primary MOS, so it was all fair. David turned out to be our sergeant. He was the point sniper. Jerry was a corporal. He was our intel grenadier. We had 3 PFCs, Larry, me, and Bobby, and Larry was our medic demo, Bobby was our RTO sniper, and I turned out to be a pigman medic. Yeah. That's what happens when you roll up random, you get weird stuff. So, anyway. But it does make for originality. You got to give him that. Earl had opted to run us through the adventure Killers by Night, where we had to locate and eliminate a VC agent. It is an adventure in the book, and we had never played it before. I prefer to run. I hate it when players go, "Oh, that's not what it says in the adventure." I hate that. I did a video on modules for D&D, Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. Go check that one out. It explains it in there. I prefer to run original adventures. I can take an adventure in the book and change it. I prefer not to do that. I prefer to run original stuff. Anyway, we had never run this one before, and Earl opted to run the adventure Killers by Night. We were to leave a PBR, river patrol boat, and paddle to the village in rubber rafts. We were going to do the deed and then paddle back to the PBR. Quick and easy, right? Shouldn't be too difficult. Not so fast. Lady Luck decided to bend us right on over. Yeah. And it wasn't Earl's fault. He did everything by the book. He gave us multiple chances. Part of this was David's fault. He was in charge. He was the sergeant in charge. And we rolled randomly, and we didn't have a lieutenant. So, unbeknownst to us, the PBR was spotted by a small unit of VC. When we left the boat in our rubber rafts, one of them shadowed us from shore, while another watched the PBR. The rest went to get a mortar. He, of course, being a good game master, Earl didn't tell us that part. When we reached the village, the VC alerted the target. That one VC guy alerted the target. While Jerry, Larry, and I covered them, Dave and Bobby crept into the village. That was the plan. They were going to go do the deed, and they were going to come back out. We were going to cover them in case something bad happened, which seems like a reasonable plan to me. I didn't have a problem with that. The target, of course, according to the book, according to the adventure in the book, the target has a tunnel dug from his hut down and over to another building. And the target fled into his tunnel while the VC set up a claymore as a trap. The VC detonated the mine as Dave and Bobby entered the hut. Both of them died. I mean, they were point blank. They died. Jerry ordered us to cover him while he went in to complete the mission. Once there's an explosion and it's supposed to be a quiet mission, I would have left. But, Jerry was the corporal, and he was, Anyway, so we covered him as best we could. The VC, of course, gunned him down. As soon as he saw him heading toward the hut, the VC was there, and bam, blew him away with an automatic weapon. we fled for the rafts. We paddled back to the PBR and we boarded. We were getting back on board just as the mortar team blew the boat up. Yeah, they rolled really good and destroyed the boat. It was a total party kill. It was just ridiculous. And again, Earl played it correctly. This was not where the game master went wild with power and, blah, 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 blah. Or it wasn't an overpowered thing. It should have been an easy thing. Unfortunately, Lady Luck, like I said, bent us right over. I was going to do something like that for the title, but I thought Killers Killed by Night might be a little more family friendly. At any rate, so yeah, we all died. that was pretty much it. It doesn't matter how good you are in a role-playing game. It doesn't matter how careful you are, how well you plan. Lady Luck shows up, and she's quite fickle. She can go either way, good or bad. You folks have a good day now. God bless one and all. Clarissa Lowe, a historian from the future. Delmore Kane, a Civil War veteran turned outlaw. This oddball pairing faces a conspiracy of epic proportions spanning the centuries. If you like action and adventure westerns with a splash of science fiction and fantasy, check out my book series Drifters and their ongoing adventures.